Welcome to the Explainer. All right, let's jump right in because today we are breaking down an absolute cinematic spectacle from the World Cup. Seriously, if you love seeing a team completely flip the script and take over a match, you are going to love this one. We're diving into the group stage clash between South Korea and Czechia, and let me tell you, it delivered one of the most stunning tactical momentum shifts you will literally ever see on a pitch. So, how did South Korea turn a devastating second-half deficit into total World Cup domination in just 21 minutes? That is the big question we're answering today. Because, folks, that's exactly what happened. They were down, they looked like they were in real trouble, and then they just flipped a switch. They executed this series of tactical masterstrokes that left their opponents completely stunned. We're going to break down the data, the timelines, and the player maps to show you exactly how this magical turnaround went down. Now, the first half, it was a tense deadlock. Just a rigid tactical stalemate for the first 45 minutes. We saw blocked shots, delayed play, and honestly, neither side was willing to blink first. But then comes the 59th minute, and Czechia strikes first. Ladislav Krejci breaks that deadlock with a really solid close-range header, beautifully assisted by Vladimir Kufal. At this point, Czechia is firmly in control. They've got this solid defensive structure set up, and they are putting all the pressure squarely on South Korea's shoulders. But then, wow, just look at the sheer speed of this 21-minute blitz. Literally 3 minutes after going down, South Korea's manager decides to inject some serious pace, bringing on Hwang Hee-chan, and that instantly forces the Czech defenders to stretch out. By the 67th minute, Hwang In-beom finds the equalizer, right? But they don't stop there. 2 minutes later, Oh Hyung-yu is brought on to overload the box, and guess what? That exact substitute scores the winner in the 80th minute. It was just calculated, aggressive changes that completely flipped the game on its head. And you can actually see this tactical shift happen in real time. Looking at the momentum right after that 60-minute mark, there are these massive surges. South Korea absolutely pinned Czechia back, creating this sustained, suffocating wave of relentless pressure. To really hammer that point home, let's talk about expected goals, or XG. South Korea generated a massive 2.30 compared to Czechia's 0.83. I mean, that is a stark disparity. It completely proves that this comeback, it wasn't based on luck or some weird bounce of the ball. No way. They were actively carving open the Czech defense and creating highly dangerous, high-probability scoring chances. 4 big chances to Czechia's 1, to be exact. When you're creating that level of shot quality, the goals are absolutely bound to follow. And when you pair that shot quality with ball possession, the picture becomes even clearer. South Korea held the ball for 62% of the match, leaving Czechia with just 38%. So South Korea wasn't just sitting back and countering, right? They were completely dictating the tempo and the rhythm of the entire game. They basically made Czechia chase shadows, effectively just exhausting them as that second half wore on. By hoarding the ball, South Korea ensured the game was played entirely on their terms. Total shots tell the exact same story. South Korea unleashed 15 shots to Czechia's 7, literally more than doubling their offensive output. And get this, 10 of those came from inside the box. The Czech defense simply couldn't clear their lines, and they ultimately just cracked under the sheer volume of pressure as South Korea relentlessly bombarded the goalkeeper. Now, to pull off a turnaround like this, you need a true maestro, the architect of the comeback. And that is the undeniable man of the match, Hwang In-beom. Earning an incredible 8.8 rating, the guy was literally everywhere. He scored that absolutely crucial equalizer in the 67th minute. And then, as if that wasn't enough, he delivers the brilliant match-winning assist for Oh Hyung-yu in the 80th. Operating heavily right in the heart of the midfield and constantly pushing into the final third, he was 100% the engine that powered this massive surge. 469 accurate passes. Just think about that. That is absolute midfield supremacy for South Korea, especially when you compare it to Czechia's 230. While Hwang In-beom and his teammates were meticulously passing through the lines and holding onto the ball, the Czech midfield was just struggling immensely to win it back or even disrupt the passing lanes. South Korea completely controlled the danger areas. We're talking winning 60% of their total duels and completing 106 passes in the final third. With 24 touches inside the opposition box, they left those Czech defenders completely gassed. They kept pulling them out of position, leaving them scrambling to cover these fatal gaps that South Korea's passing just kept tearing wide open. But you know, the World Cup group stage is incredibly unforgiving. A massive momentum shift like this doesn't just win you a single game, it alters the entire trajectory of the tournament. So let's talk about the fallout and how Group A hangs in the balance right now. Looking at the standings, South Korea is sitting very comfortably. Thanks to this incredible comeback, they're tied on points at the absolute top with Mexico, both sitting on 3 points. Now, Mexico does hold the #1 spot right now, but just by a really slight edge in goal differential. They're at +2, while South Korea is at +1. Still, for South Korea, getting those 3 points on the board in their opening match, especially after going a goal down, that is absolutely massive for their chances of advancing to the knockout rounds. On the flip side, though, Czechia's qualification hopes are dwindling, and it's a pretty dire, urgent situation for them. I mean, they had the lead. They literally had 3 points in their grasp at the 60-minute mark. But letting that crucial lead slip away means they're now stuck in third place with 0 points and a negative goal differential. They face a really steep uphill climb from here. Honestly, they're going to have to pull off some serious magic in their remaining matches against Mexico and South Africa if they have any hope of escaping the group stages.
Which leaves us with this big, lingering question. Will South Korea's tactical masterclass carry them deep into the tournament, or have they already played their best hand? We just witnessed an incredible 21-minute blitz fueled by brilliant substitutions and sheer willpower. But can they replicate this level of dominance for a full 90 minutes? It is going to be fascinating to watch as match day 2 approaches. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.